New York Giants training camp is well underway with 5 full practices and 3 fully padded practices, and we're not any closer to naming a starting free safety next to Landon Collins in James Bettcher's new defensive scheme. The Giants kicked off training camp with third-year pro Darian Thompson alongside Collins with the first-team defense and have used a different safety in each of the 4 practices after the first one. The only player who started a practice working with the first-team defense more than once was Curtis Riley, the free agent acquisition who took first-team free safety snaps in the 2nd and 5th of 5 practices. However, during the 5th practice, Riley suffered a hamstring injury and was unable to complete the practice with the first-team defense. Thompson took over in his place. Today, we'll break down everything we know about the free safety battle during the Giants' off day from practice. Let's jump right in. Darian Thompson. Thompson is the projected starter based on his draft pedigree and the role he played on the 2017 defense. On the surface, fans saw Thompson's 2017 season as one filled with struggles. However, the game tape tells a different story. We went back and watched hundreds of snaps from Thompson, and while he struggled mightily as an open-field tackler and at times in deep coverage, there were a few areas where he excelled. Thompson is excellent at diagnosing the play and attacking downfield toward the line of scrimmage on both run and pass plays. This showed up throughout his 2017 game tape. This alone doesn't make him a great fit for the deep safety role next to Collins, but his track record at Boise State certainly shows he's capable of it. Thompson was a ball hawk at the collegiate level where he racked up 19 interceptions. The Giants are still looking to find out what role he can fit into in defensive coordinator James Bettcher's scheme. Bettcher doesn't have a strict deep safety role, although he does tend to put a lot of stress on the free safety who is often asked to play a single high coverage. As a coordinator, Bettcher's #1 goal is to fit his scheme to his players' skill set. He's in the process of figuring that out for Thompson. Giants training camp is here and we've got you covered with up-to-the-minute practice notes. Take a second to sign up for our free Giants newsletter. Curtis Riley. Riley is the dark horse to finish with the 2nd most defensive snaps of any safety on the roster, after Collins, after rising up the depth chart in spring practices. Like we mentioned above, Riley was the 2nd safety to see work with the first-team defense in training camp. After evaluation, all 4 safeties work with the starters. Riley was named the first-team deep safety in the 5th practice before he left with an injury. Riley may have a leg up on the other safeties due to his versatility. After converting from cornerback to safety during his final season with the Titans, Riley has an added skill set in his arsenal. Riley also practiced as a strong safety during spring OTAs with Collins sidelined with an injury. Riley drew praise from Bettcher for his work in the box and deep in coverage during the team's June mandatory minicamp. The safety position is also not brand new to Riley, who played it during his high school career. Andrew Adams. Adams has produced when on the field for the Giants over the past 2 seasons, both as a starter and reserve, specifically in pass coverage. On paper, he's the best fit for a deep safety role. However, Adams struggled with missed tackles during the 2017 season. In Bettcher's scheme, missed tackles could be even more costly at the 3rd level when the team opts to use single high safety looks and the free safety is truly the last line of defense. Having said that, Adams has earned first-team reps, drawn praise from coaches at training camp, and if he continues to perform, he'll have an opportunity to play meaningful regular season snaps due to his deep coverage ability alone. Michael Thomas. The former Miami Dolphin has mostly been a special teams player throughout his brief NFL career, and he's done an excellent job. Thomas won Pro Football Focus's Special Teams Player of the Year award in 3 of his 5 NFL seasons, and 3 of his last 4. Thomas has played cornerback and safety with the Dolphins, briefly, but the Giants think he has untapped potential at the position. Thomas took first-team reps during one of the 5 Giants practices. He earned praise from his former defensive backs coach Lou Anarumo, who he followed from Miami to New York this offseason. "We've won games in Miami with Mike starting at nickel, and so one of the attributes that he brings is that he is a multiple position guy, so I want him to get the safety stuff down here and then knowing that he can move around and maybe do some other things in a pinch. That's been one of his trademarks," Anarumo said about Thomas prior to Monday's training camp practice. "We go back. I got him on a Tuesday in 2013. We got to pick him up off of waivers from the 49ers on a practice squad. It was probably week 13 or 14 and I said, 'Hey, Mike, you're probably not gonna play this game, but we gotta get ready to play,' and he ends up coming in the last drive of the game, picking off Tom Brady to win the game, on the last play of the game, in the end zone, at nickel. So he's played it at a high level and done it against the best." Sean Chandler, the ultimate dark horse, Chandler is unlikely to make a 2018 impact, but the undrafted rookie free agent signing out of Temple has made a name for himself already. Chandler racked up multiple interceptions and pass breakups during spring OTA practices. By the end of minicamp, Chandler even saw a few first-team defensive snaps at safety. However, Chandler has not yet been used at training camp with the first-team defense, and it's important to keep in mind both Collins and Thompson did not participate in spring OTA practices. Conclusion: in all likelihood, the Giants are going to use a heavy rotation at safety in 2018. All of these players competing for the one spot next to Collins have different and unique skill sets. It will be Bettcher's job to get them in the right position to make big plays, on the correct down and distances, and in the correct alignment and personnel groupings.